Hello guys, in this video I would like to tell you more about the gluten. You usually ask us questions about the gluten, if you can eat it, or maybe you should totally remove it. What about eating, small quantities of gluten if you don't have many symptoms? So I'm gonna actually answer to all of these questions and explain you how gluten not only affects our gut but also our thyroid. So to start with, you have to be aware that gluten has the protein called gliadin in its structure. And what happens usually in celiac disease is that this gliadin is increased, and also you have increased transglutaminase, and we do the laboratory testing for this. And if you are positive, it means that you have celiac disease. So we tell you, listen, you have to remove gluten from your diet because this is actually causing the autoimmune reaction and is harming your health, right? But what about if you result negative, so you don't have celiac disease? Well, in 2015, scientists concluded that you can still have non-celiac gluten sensitivity, and you can actually react to the protein, gliadin in the gluten. And this gliadin, what happens is actually induces the cascade of events in which another protein, zonulin, is produced. And zonulin is the protein that causes your intestine to become leaky, so it causes intestinal permeability. And the toxins that pass through your intestine and the products of metabolism, they basically start to pass through the intestine to our bloodstream. And when this happens, our immune system is being, shocked. Our immune system is like, whoa, these, proteins, these molecules are not supposed to be in the bloodstream. So what happens is that immune system starts to attack gluten particle. And unfortunately, it happens that the gluten particle is very similar to the protein that we have in our thyroid gland. So immune system not only makes antibodies against the gluten, but also our thyroid. So actually, anti-TPO, anti-TG antibodies increase. So you have more symptoms of hypothyroidism usually. And we can conclude from this research, from these studies, that around 80 to 90% of patients will actually benefit from removing the gluten from the diet. And even if you don't have symptoms, it doesn't mean that you are not prone to be having intestinal permeability in the nearby future. So I think it's better to prevent rather than treat later on. And I actually advise you to remove gluten, because this is the safer option to do, especially if you have Graves' disease or Hashimoto's thyroiditis. So that's it in this video. If you have any other question concerning gluten, I will be happy to answer them, and I hope this gives you the general perspective on gluten.